I called it. I tried to call it.
Insane. All right, so going into our next game, we've got the Spartans on blue, Eclipse on red, and the Gribblies on green. Again, this should be another cracker of a game. I predicted the Spartans last time they played, and they lost. So I'm gonna say Eclipse.
Eclipse?
See what they can do. I reckon they can pull out some tricks against the Spartans.
You are turning your back on our homeboys.
I always believe in Marvel. I called it earlier, 25k. It's going to happen, Marvel. I want to see that 25k score. Woods has got nothing.
Nothing on Marvel?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty. Here we go. I'm not going to count out Gribblies here. I do think this should be a Spartan victory.
Yep.
But Gribblies have been playing well, and I'm not going to count them out, and Eclipse can't count out.
Definitely. And with the addition of like the two home players in Link and Ghibli, they've certainly got the maze knowledge. They understand how the game's going to play out. Got some tricks up their sleeves that I'm sure are going to come in handy in this game.
And Phoenix, for his first competition out, has been playing brilliantly as last line. So
he's definitely had a lot of really good moments in defense. It's good to see.
Something for our new Wildfire team to be proud of. Both the all new Wildfire players that did come across are playing well.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so slow start with everybody just switching around the boards.
Pretty even on the pack, which has not been the same for most of these earlier games. Usually one team is kind of out of it, particularly the red team, but Eclipse are doing a good job to get in the tags, be in the mix.
But this is their home maze, so I think they know and comfortable with doing that.
Absolutely.
As my production assistant and captain has walked away and left me to it, I will
start the action. A little bit of action in red to the start of the game, actually.
Let's have a look.
Typically, red's been a bit more empty in the game so far.
Yeah.
But, now, who's having, which team is that? I think it's blue. Yep. Manic Hands running into red. He's got the position on that field. Stalker's covering him. Lots of action on the back door.
Spartans are taking away a little down the attack because they've pulled away a little bit on the pack there.
Yeah.
As we see Stalkers run in, and I think I'm going to see him shoot.
Oh, watch it denied Stalker.
By Gaza.
Again, like, if you're going to get denied, one shot is certainly better than two shots.
Yeah. The typical Gaza, he's just up floating around being a menace on the outside.
Just appears out of nowhere.
Space.
Yeah. Just gets the denial. Good stuff there. Lots of players floating around red. A lot of, like, just duels at the moment. Not really too much action trying to get inside the base doors just yet. Looks like everyone's pretty content to just kind of play the field point game, crawl around a bit. And just based on that, it looks like Spartans are really taking a lead. They're pretty comfortable doing that. They go, okay, you want to fight, you want to duel, we'll do that. We've got the setups, we've got the players, and that's bringing them to almost double the second place score right now on this platform. So nice early lead for them. That being said, looks like they're having a crack at green. Stalker, one shot, two shot.
Nice.
Gets the base.
Okay,
so now the Spartans really off to a bit of a cracker lead as we push into like the 3.5 minute mark.
Eclipse and Gribblies are still close together. I don't think there's much in there. I think someone needs to make a move. Who makes the move first?
Who blinks first?
Well, we know Gasm is probably running around the arena picking up all kinds of points.
Yeah.
Sometimes that is effective for your team, and sometimes that's just not effective. You can score all the points you want in the world, and it's not going to mean anything in a tight
100%. And it's a tight line to walk where it's like, how much do you commit to trying to get bases early versus getting the tags? And, like, when is the right time to switch between the two? It's certainly one of the challenges of playing that kind of position.
Which is the position you play, so you have many years to figure out what works.
Still figuring it out, but, comes back to that learning experience. Spartans.
Here we go. Potato with green.
Now Spartans have the only two bases of the game, both green hits. Gribblies are going to be feeling the pressure as well as Eclipse. Yep. Gribblies maybe more so knowing that they've been the ones who've dropped the bases.
that's not the position you want to be in. Because
Certainly not. That being said, green base probably is the easiest base to drop. So you're not going to be super stressed about it, but at the same time, obviously, you'd prefer not to be in that position.
Yep. And you've got a new last line there too in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So he's probably feeling them. These are high pressure games. These are not like our training games at home. So you're feeling the pressure, and that can also play into how much you're thinking about it.
Yeah, 100%.
So
we go. Raven gets her base in green. So Spartans really dominant start so far. I think maybe a little bit what we've expected. I did say Eclipse though, so once again my predictions are just totally off, totally out there.
And yet,
so come on, let's see the 10 bases from Eclipse by the end of the game.
I would have liked to have got the Leviathan prediction, but I think I get it just from getting within that distance. As we see, Stalker picks up the Eclipse base.
There we go.
And Spartan's in a good position. Stalker's got 2, and now he's at home defending. You don't want to come into a Stalker base.
No,
let's be honest.
Certainly not. The dude is an absolute weapon, especially on panels. You don't want to be running at him, not at all.
No.
Not going to be a good time for you. So,
sorry.
6 minutes into the game now.
If that's who you're going to have sitting at home in your last line now.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Gribblies. Sorry, Lips. I've just got tough.
Yeah. And I think we're kind of getting into the stage of the game now where I think both Gribblies and Eclipse are going to be saying to themselves, okay, we're probably not going to win the game if things keep going the way they are. What are we going to do to change that? Or are we going to play for second?
Yeah, 2 shot deny there on Potato.
Well, there we go. So a nice little bit of denial points there for Eclipse. But again, if you're sitting at home, you're hearing bases going down or your base has gone down, and you know that either you're not getting your attack back to tell you what's going on or they're not getting bases, like, it's a tough position. Like, you have to make a decision and commit to it, like, reasonably soon.
Yep.
Because otherwise you're not going to be able to, you're not either going to have the opportunity to play for first or to, like, guarantee the second and target one of the teams.
As we see, Gaza is on the outside of red. Just popping shots off. Oh, he's actually moved now. I've said that. Oh, no, it was with Arbel. So they are now pushing that red base.
Eclipse and Gribblies just really trading positions here right now. Most of the action looks like it is happening in the red base.
Yes.
It's Potato inside the red, going for it.
Nice. Just Potato.
It's just effortless for him,
Flicks here.
He's taken so many bases. What's another one?
I know, but it was so effortless.
Gaza gets 2 shot denied in blue by
the Ripper.
So most of the action is in blue now. As we have a look at that back door, lots of bodies. Got Stalker over there, defending that base. And it looks like Raven inside.
Yes, it is Raven inside on that front door.
So blue doing a good job of repelling that attack. And just like that, all the players are gone and everyone's back in red and green.
Yep. So we see red are actually currently attacking green.
Yeah. There we go. Green getting hit by Orcry. Finishes the base. Okay, so now the pressure is really on Gribblies.
For red.
Double 1 shot, 2 shot.
Denied there by... Who got the denial?
I think it was Capcan.
Capcan.
Yeah. So now, like I was saying, the pressure is really on Gribblies here because, you don't have bases. The other teams have bases and your base has dropped a lot.
Yep.
What are you going to do to recover this game? And here we go. Gaz is in blue. He's identified the weaker base.
They split up?
No, I think there's still defenders in. I've got Phoenix is in the side box of green.
Is he?
Gribblies there as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So they haven't split dump, but they have identified that blue is probably the easier base to take right now. It's red's still holding it strong with 3 or so defenders. And now they've got links set up inside the base as well. So they're doing what they need to. They've made their move. Now the question is, can they execute?
Yeah, Spartans know that they've got that much of a lead. They're not worried about Gribblies. Are they just letting them in? Going, well, we'd rather you in than Eclipse.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, definitely maybe that's the theme that they're thinking about in terms of the broader competition. Like,
Yeah.
who would we rather fight? Are we gonna? We probably prefer to fight Gribblies, as good of a team they are.
Yeah.
They're not a full home team.
They're not like playing against home where they can pull, you know, and
Here we go.
More of a
Link getting his blues. Okay, so now, yeah, the Gribblies are just going to be content to try and get as many blues as they can, try and play for the second, and maybe even not even bother trying to go to red and not give them any more denials or any more points, because it has been quite an expensive game for Gribblies, unfortunately. They've lost about 4,000 points on denials, so...
As we see, Taipan's now picking up green.
So it's, yeah, a bit of an interesting situation.
Soropa is still up at red. Soropa needs
Soropa needs red, yep, that's right.
Soropa needs red.
Madcan, surprisingly, no bases in the game so far, but I mean, if there's a player that you want to have needing bases still, it's probably going to be Madcan's.
If you want that player at the end to be able to run around solo and get his bases.
Yeah, just appear out of nowhere and clean up some easy bases, it's going to be him. So they're not going to be feeling too stressed about that, I don't think.
I don't think they're feeling stressed at all.
No, certainly not. As they've now got Stalker back inside blue base, they've kicked out the Gribblies.
Yep.
Nice little one-shot denial there by Phoenix onto Capcan. So that may end up helping contribute to the game overall as we move into the last minute here.
The last minute's going to count for everything. How many games is the last minute counting for everything in this arena?
It's a lot, and that's really all you can ask for as a spectator, right? Maybe not as a player, maybe it's quite stressful, but hey, you know, we play for those stressful moments. So.
But we all love that last minute clincher, let's be honest.
Yes. It's hard not to, really.
Do you play the whole game to make sure you're in the last minute clincher?
Yeah. It looks like most of the action is ending up in green. The last minute or so of this game. We've got Taipan trying to get in there. Maybe Gribblies can just pull it out on pack, but 500 points in it. You know, 10, 15 seconds left to go.
And we've got
the lead chain, second place train.
Oh no, that's red. Raven's going to pick it up and just cement a nice average score there for the Spartans.
Huge win for Spartans. Who can get the second? It's going to come down to...
I think it's going to be too close that we can't see the fancy scoreboard. You know it. It's too close to call from up here. So, for those of you at home that aren't actually aware, the PNC scoreboard is the source of truth. And there can be a bit of a difference because 5x3 cuts just shy of the end of the game. So anything where it's within a couple of 100 points, we do need to check the PNC scoreboard downstairs. I actually should probably talk to the media team and make sure there is a...
Yeah, maybe we can get one set up so we can relay to the stream.
Yes, or at least so the commentators can have a quick look up and go, PNC scoreboard says this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've had 3 just this morning where we've wondered what it's going to be like a scoreboard. So good to know. Is Josh taking over from us?